Hello there. So somebody asked me for a tutorial on how I draw metal, and I figured I might as well post it to YouTube instead. I mainly use 3 key colors for the metal. Here I have silver and gold. There's also an optional 4th color which I use for the line art, but I think it improves the overall appearance a lot. As a tip, for the darker tones on gold, shift your hue to be more red. I like to keep my silvers a bluish or tealish, and I follow the same principle. Darker silver is more blue. I drew some basic objects to color in as examples for you. We'll start with this basic band first. To start, I fill in the entire object with the darkest of the 3 key colors. I either lock the layer opacity or use a clipping layer. This feature may vary across art programs. Next, I select the middle grade color. This is the most important one as it is where I start to define where the shadows and highlights on the metal go. Depending on the shape of the object, the curvature of the line and color will be different. This is something that you just have to learn with time by yourself. I block out about half of the object, with the lighter side obviously being towards the drawing's light source. Then I create a gap or 2 in the shadow. I found in my observations that there is a dark shadow next to the bright highlights on many reflective objects, but this is not a rule. I then go round the edge of the object with this color. This is to mimic bounce lighting in the simplest form, as nearly all objects in the real world have a secondary light source, that is from ambient light bouncing off of surfaces. Note that the inside of an object like this band will be darker on the inside and have more shadow, while the top rim will have more light. Next up is my favorite part, the highlights. This stage is what really makes the metal pop. I first do the edges. These should be very thin and do not need to wrap around all edges as the secondary color has already done so. Then just select a place or 2 to have the highlight cut across the middle of the object. I place it next to that shadow gap I created earlier, because this object is relatively sheer in shape, like a can, rather than smooth. Like a donut, the highlight is sharper. Sorry for that confusing comparison. You will see what I mean with the other objects. I'll go ahead and do the chains, this time silver. Try to observe what I do. The pattern is repetitive, so you could just copy-paste the chains if you wanted. Now I will do this talon or horn-shaped object. This time I will show its 3D shape in a different way. It is difficult to explain, so just watch what I do. I sometimes add a little gradient or an extra white highlight. Lastly, I color the line art for all of the objects. See the difference? Of course, you could go more detailed with your metal coloring and add stronger gradients, but this is how I do metals, quick and simple. Thank you for watching. I hope this was understandable.